Well, hello there, Bee.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going. It's going. I'm very happy that it's Sunday. Hello, chat. Hello, Mark. And oh, look, Juju's in the chat. Hey, two places it was. Look at you. Me too, right? In Chill, in Mousy, and Brad. I see Commander posted early. Yeah, welcome. Hey, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Hey, hello, Commander.
It's never going to get old, Mark. You're stuck with
No,
it forever.
yes, you're just forever. Like, and I still like I thought like maybe it would wear off a little bit, but still, whenever I say it, I hear Tommy Wiseau in my his voice in my head. Like
I do
I just
too.
can't.
And if someone writes it in chat, I read it in his voice.
Yep, you're right. And I cannot like it, I just hear it. I just it's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old. Yeah. And whether I giggle out loud or not, I am giggling in my head. Believe me, every time I say it, I start giggling. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me, Juju. I have had a fit of the giggles all week.
Really?
Mm-hmm. To the point where you just have to look at me and I just burst out giggling. I just don't. I'm finding a lot of things like extremely funny lately, like overly funny.
That's
Like,
fantastic, though.
it is. It does show that my mindset, which is usually a little dark, or November, December, I'm notoriously winter dark. Like anyone who's in my circle knows that. Like, come November, everybody battens down the hatches.
No, I can tell a difference in my demeanor. Like once I
Yeah.
had to close the windows, and it's just.
Some of it's the weather in the winter, and just the longer days and the of it all. Some of it's because it's coming towards the end of the year, right?
Yep.
And you're just like, what did I do all year? Like taking a look back. I don't know. I do that. I'm one of those nerdy people.
I totally do that, and I'm like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
this year was.
And
This year feels so long and so short.
Yes, at the same time, right? It depending on how we're looking at it,
Yeah.
Hey, hello there, NGD Gaming. Long time no see. Glad to see you here. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Fishner. I see you sneaking there too. Oh, I gotta do something. Wait, before like everything gets taken over. Ah! There you go. Look at me. They broke me, Juju. I'm conforming. You see that? I'm conforming. I don't know.
No, I don't see. What are you doing?
The YouTube things that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the purple, by the way.
I know I did that. Like, I'm matching it up to the rings on our thumbnail. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do. Like whatever I circle our circles with, so I could keep track of the different ones because it's the same thumbnail. All I change is the color of the circle, because
I know. I keep an eye out for it.
I'm trying to keep the whole nothing theme, and if you follow my channel, everybody knows I get a little creative. I like to do custom, like, thumbnails and make everything different and special. And everything has a theme, but the theme here is nothing. So I have to do very, very little. So it's like I just reuse the thumbnail over and over again. And just the only something I do is change the color, period. And it's like a big thing now. What color will I use?
How
What color
long
have I
until
already
you think
used?
you circle back to a color?
Well, this, by the way, is our 15th stream.
That doesn't make sense in my brain.
It doesn't to me either. It feels like just yesterday. It actually does. Yeah. Hey, Cass. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all, right? Like, it's like, it doesn't feel like we just started to do this.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm like,
And when we started it, I mean, it was like the day before. We're like, should we do that? Yeah, let's do it.
yeah, like, okay, that sounds like fun. Let's do it. And then now it's like, I actually look forward to this. Is a nice chill way to start the week. I always say that.
Me too, but I got nervous today for some reason.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
was it because of, oh, that's probably because I made a shite comment in the Discord. Like, I always, like,
No.
whenever I spell shit incorrect, like what Americans would call incorrectly, people start to panic. I've noticed this. Like, as soon as I bring that, like, little Jersey European attitude out, they're like, uh-oh, what's going on? But really nothing. Really, it was nothing. It's just the same old, same old. I just, like, woke up and went through my messages and stuff. And
some of them were fun.
Some of them were absolutely fun and adorable. Thank goodness for some of the Discords that I belong to that are just like, and some of the people they message me just out of the blue that are just like, you're gems. You're just golden. You're just like, because I did do a week of content that might have been poking the universal bear, so to speak, like, or prodding the tiger, so to speak. I figured if I was going to get yanked from the algorithm and give YouTube something to bitch about, it might as well get it all out at once, So
You're like, let's just go real hard.
yeah. So I did Scientology, and then I did all of the legal Trump cases because everyone had been asking me to, like, do a summary on quite a few of them, and then I ended with Andrew Tate. Yeah. But I did that. It's so, like, to say that my DMs have been extraordinarily flavorful would be an understatement.
Let's discuss this for a second, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you ever watched something on YouTube where you felt the need to DM a person, the content creator of it?
No, I don't. And when I say DMs, I'm talking about, like, actually Twitter and Discord, and, like, they find how to connect with me either on Instagram, because I do list
and you
everything.
have your stuff out there. You're like,
I do.
Where I'm
I
available.
do. Because I do want to hear from people. Well, some of them take it really seriously. Yeah. Like, yeah, I want to like hear from you, but yeah. But also YouTube had a fit with holding comments this week on my channel. Like, especially when it came to the Trump stream. There was quite a few comments. There were comments that, like, I understand why they held them. There was quite a few racial and violent comments in regards to the DAs involved in those Trump cases. There wasn't any threats against me. I will say that. Like, I don't feel personally violated in any way. Do I feel a little shocked and offended for the universe? Yes.
But like, simmer down, everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, let's take this personal, huh? Like, okay,
Do you know, like, I was watching a trial, and part of the evidence the prosecutors presented was people's comments on, like, what they said in chats on YouTube. And so they're reading them in court. And I could not believe it, because all of us speak in the, like, YouTube language, can't say the certain words. And this person was in there making very violent and aggressive statements. And I'm like, where are these chats occurring and why were these not pulled? Like,
right. Why did they? Yeah. Why didn't anybody say anything about it? Exactly.
yeah, but we're
Yeah.
over here like talking about nothing. They're like, ooh, it's too much, everyone.
Yeah, it's just too much. No, oh, Mrs. Cassandra, don't worry. I do not believe it was part of our stream at all. I mean, our stream was perfectly okay last night, I think. Although YouTube, once they like start yanking me in the algorithm, they do make all my videos yellow right away, and I have to fight them.
Are we yellow?
We'll be yellow like as soon as I end the stream. Like it's green right now, and it says that the content will be fine. Like I tell them everything we're going to be doing, whatever.
Part of me just wanted to start cursing right then.
Oh,
be like, let's get it yellow now.
No, you can, but like I don't think they watch that closely. I don't know why. It's basically on the algorithm. They just for some reason, JuJu, I don't know why. Well, YouTube thinks and I might cause some trouble. Like I don't know where they got that impression.
I don't get that either, actually. They're like, I'm sorry, we're opposed to facts.
Yeah, they're opposed to facts. Well, here's the thing. YouTube has never yanked one of my videos. YouTube has never really disagreed with me about making it green again.
No, but YouTube has hidden you.
Yeah, they harshly. Have. Oh, yes, they have. That is actually, they gave me some answers about that. That is actually due to hate squads who like to like tag your videos and complain about them. That's how that happened. That's how that's been happening. Yeah. Well, hopefully they've moved on to other things. I mean, there's more important things out there than me. I can tell you, right? I'm not out here talking about anybody or causing any shit. They'll get bored eventually. It was like, I don't know.
I just don't get it because when sorry.
No, I was just going to say hi to Cat Ninja. I saw that she came in. And Rocket Couch. Oi, hey, oh, hey.
Ninja Cat Ninja. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have to sing her theme song every time I see her.
Oh no, she's adorable. I was thinking about your cat because I posted some rain this morning. Actually it was in the afternoon. My morning, which is like actually dinner time Eastern Standard.
I got up so early today. I couldn't sleep last night.
Oh no. Yeah, I couldn't either. I was up very, very late. I was going to go looking for it, but then you said you were going to bed, so I let you.
I did go to bed then.
Yeah,
and then I woke up. Those nights where you're like, "Come on, brain, let's shut it down."
Oh, you were prowling, JuJu. Your brain was prowling. Yeah,
it was. It was indeed.
Well, I'm sure you found plenty of people to talk to. There's plenty of people up in the middle of the night.
No, I didn't talk to anyone. I was laid there. I did that where you like. Well, I mean, I like got a few good hours in, and then I woke up, and it was just that. Where you're still tired, but you lay down, and then you get back up, then you lay down, you get back up. And finally at 8 a.m., I was like, just get up.
Yeah. That happens to me a lot. Like I get a couple hours, and then I wake up, and then I just cannot go back to sleep. So I just get up and do something, and I'll do something for a couple hours and then just go back to bed. But I do realize not everyone can do that because you've got schedules the next day. Like people work, they've got commitments, they've got, things on the agenda, that they have to take care of. Well, I'm a little freer that way. I do not have a master of my own time these days, which is kind of nice, but also not because I can be like really bad to myself too.
Yeah, same. Usually I clean when I can't sleep. That's my go-to. I'm like, I'll go dust some shelves. That's nice and boring.
I think I would rather do anything but clean, although I do end up cleaning a lot. Like
I like to dust.
I hate dusting. I do.
Most people do.
I do. But when it comes to kitchens and bathrooms, like immaculate. Like I would scrub. I would get down and like clean crevices and hunt down every little molecule. like I'm a nut there. But when it comes to dusting and vacuuming and all the rest of the house, I'm just like I'm a neater, not a deep cleaner. Like you know what I mean? I do the dusting and the vacuuming, but it's not my favorite thing. Like
yeah, I hate the floors.
I have a friend who dusts and vacuums every single day. It's part of their routine. Oh yeah, they get up, they get dressed, they brush their teeth, they wash their face, they make themselves ready for the world, and then they vacuum the whole house and dust every room. Yep. And I got to give them
I'm
erotic.
sorry, my brain is not.
I wish I could do that. I wish, living in an older home, kind of you do. If you have animals and whatever, dust is like a thing you like. You could dust a table, turn around, and you will be watching dust from the air like fall down on the table.
I painted my nightstands black. Don't do that, everyone. Do not buy dark furniture. It's
do not
because it is like you said. Like I'll finish dusting them, and I'm like, these look fantastic. And then you walk out of the room and come back in, and I'm like, those look like crap again.
Here, Mark has an invitation for you.
I like not sleep in my.
I need to. Me too, right, Mark? She could come not sleep in here. Like we could make her a whole list. She could travel.
I just travel the world, cleaning
like,
people's homes.
Yeah. And also, Mark, I'm gonna make you popular here. I'm friends with my dust too. I am. Like I have learned to live with my dust. We're on a simpatico relationship now. I no longer fight with him constantly. Hey Teresa, nice to see you. Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Oh, it's like who think they like here we are. We're up here talking about dusting. Like man, we really mean it when we tell you nothing, people. We are not pulling any punches.
Also, maybe we should get more like. Do more with our lives.
This is what I mean about the giggles, right? Because like, everything just hits me like too funny. It just flashed in my head. If you had told me like 2.5 years ago, or like going on, it's going to be 3 years in February, okay, that that I would start a YouTube channel and I'd be up here on a Sunday night talking about dusting and vacuuming, I would just be like,
and not only that, we've talked about it before. It's
it's not even
you know what I was thinking this week? I'm like, I wonder if we can go 2 hours without talking about food.
You just did it. You said the word. That's it. It's done. It's over. Like,
nope. I accept the challenge. We're not talking about food.
I can't. Like now, I can't. What do you mean? Don't try to tell me what to do. I'm going to talk about food.
Don't try to control this. Nothing.
Like, yeah. How dare you put parameters on the nothing? Like, like that's nope. I don't see us not talking about food. The chat is not going to go with that. There's going to be recipe links any second. Like, there's going to be like all kinds of stuff going on, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, because they can't drop links unless they're a mod.
Well, we do have mods, Yes, we
do. Now you're just begging them to do it.
And they can actually free type recipes. They could just start typing ingredients, and then instructions. You don't really need a link. Like, I mean, come on. Like, people, like, if they want to do it, they'll do it. This I've learned. That is the one lesson that I have learned on YouTube, like from the get go. There's always a way. Like, don't challenge them.
True.
Let's not talk about my favorite type of cake.
Okay.
Cake or pie? Cake or pie? Cake or pie?
Cake.
Cake. I'm pie.
Are you?
I'm pie. Yes. I like fruit. I like flaky pie crust. Like I'm a goner for that stuff. Yep. Although I do love cake. Like cake, who could not like cake? But there's a comedian out there that I love that says cake or death. Like he did a whole big skit on it. It's like one of my favorites.
Have you seen the comedian? Excuse me. Pete Holmes does a bit about why it's awesome to be an adult. And he's like, you can eat cake anytime you want. I'm like, that's an excellent point, Pete Holmes.
This is true. I now have to share the link for people with this guy because this guy cracked me up. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but Eddie is one of my favorites. I'm sorry. Like, there you go, people. Cake or death. It's lit. No, I'm not going to try to play it because every time I try to play a video lately, like something happens on my channel, so I'm just not going to do it.
I get that.
But there you go, people. I'm not holding out on you. You may, indulge at your own at your own speed whenever you want. It's your preference whether you do. No, now they're talking. Oh God,
I know Hawaiian pizza.
Now you're gonna get me. I saw that, Mousy. Yes, Mocking Media did drop his first Naughty Santa. It's Naughty Santa season, by the way, Juju.
Oh, I did know that. I haven't watched it yet. I didn't
Yeah.
realize he dropped it.
You know, here's the thing. People like get upset. Like I do like snarky humor. Everybody knows I've been a fan of Omegon. Like I watch it every day. He's also quite snarky. They have their opinion. They make their jabs, whatever. I mean, Mocking Media at least sets it up that he is mocking. He's going to point out, like,
Right.
he doesn't. He's not
He's
pulling
like,
any punches.
it's
He
the
tells
first
you, right?
word I lead with.
Right. It's like,
Mocking.
it's what it's all about. It's opinion in a snarky, not supposed to be kind, gentle, oh, let me smooth your feathers kind of shit. It's supposed
Is it
to
always
be.
opinion, or is he just like, this is hilarious?
It's hilarious opinion. It's what he thinks about the YouTube creators, you know, and he has expanded it a little bit. It used to be only like YouTube creators or people in the social media, but now there have been such fans of these creators that go over the top that he's actually including some of them too. Like over this last year, I noticed, you know. So like nobody's safe from somebody's opinion and humor, and like the videos are kind of funny. Like,
well, and
you know,
I mean, you shouldn't be, should you? Like, as long as they're not being like cruel.
I think what happens is like nobody likes to be made fun of. I get that. Nobody does, right? And I don't really think it's cruel. But what it is usually it's pulled from, honestly, what I see. This is just my opinion. Okay. Now I don't want to start rumors again that I am actually them, because I'm not. You know, do I associate with that account? Absolutely. And I support that account. We started our channels around the same time, and we've been kind of like doing stuff back and forth. I give them full credit for work that they do on my channel. My channel art, you know, and videos, intros and stuff. We've worked on videos. They've done videos for my Enough is Enough series. I do like the account. I do appreciate snarky humor. I think that they have a value, you know, that's their way of expressing their opinions about stuff. But I've noticed is what they do is it's not necessarily their opinion 100% about stuff. I'm sure they have to feel a certain way to be able to create it, but they're pulling from everything they see on social media about these particular
That's what I was
creators
just
and
gonna say.
scandals.
Like,
And
it's
like,
not like he's making stuff up.
right. And because they pull it all together and put it in a snazzy little,
He's like, I'm watching your streams.
Yes, exactly. That's the whole thing. He's watching everything that's going on. And that's been the thing from the start. Like I mean, I got that from day one. I don't know why more people don't. They think it's like a personal thing. Like, oh, you just don't like this one and you just don't like that one. It's not true. Nobody's safe from those videos.
Well,
like,
and do you like anyone all of the time?
No. And you know what? And your best friend can do something in the social medias that'll get made fun of. Like, absolutely. Like, and you don't have to agree with everything that everybody does. Like, JuJu and I are friends, but are we going to co-sign off on everything that each other says or does or whatever?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think we would be friends if we did.
I don't think that we could be legitimate friends. No, like not in my world anyway.
We were like, everything you do is phenomenal. I'd be like,
yeah,
that's amazing for a while. And then I'd be like,
it's like my butt's getting a little soggy there, JuJu. Could you go kiss somebody else's ass for a while?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I'd be like, oh, no pushback, no challenging.
Yeah, exactly.
No wanting me to like learn and grow.
No, everybody knows I want honesty. Like, I can take it. I'm a freaking adult. Like, I want honesty. Like, yeah, come at me the right way. I can listen to anything, you know? You know, I just don't get it. Like, I saw some of the comments, but I actually saw something on the back of their channel, like over this recent one they did about a creator, and some people feel very personal about this creator, and they were sticking up for them, and they said they had a nice, mature conversation about it. This is not personal. This is how it is. Like, there's the chance that I'm going to actually talk about somebody that you like any given second, like out there. That's kind of the general thing they were talking about. Like, it's not like that. Like, you're not going to like everything I do, but I'm still going to do it. And I applaud them for that. Like, you don't have to like everything I do. This is what I feel about, and it's my creativity, and I'm going to do it. And they did. Well, now they're out there on the socials calling them a bully, and I'm laughing about it. I'm like, you're actually calling them a bully. You people, like, have you seen what you've done? on
Right.
Twitter this
You're like,
last
did
year.
you watch the stream he was referencing? Like,
Yes, like pot, kettle, black. Like, come on. Like, really? Like, I do think that they just react emotionally. I don't really think that they're thinking about it much because they would have to see the hypocrisy of it if they did, and actually see how irrelevant it is that, it's a couple of second video. He's not really hurting anybody. Really. He's probably not going to get anywhere near the views
well,
of the
and the
ones
thing
he's
is, if he's
commenting
like,
about that are doing hate streams, actually
exactly.
violent hate streams, and doing some pretty awful things, which I'm not going to get into. I don't do that. I don't care. That's them. I don't do that.
No,
But,
Mousy and I were talking about that earlier today. We're like, we can't even watch these people anymore. Like, they're out of control. And it just
yeah.
brings down your ad. I don't know. I mean, I watch true crime, so it's not like that's real uplifting. But they
No,
are
I get
doing
it.
hate streams.
Yep. This is it. Do big people on YouTube actually have their own opinions, or do they go by the crowd popularity to keep on trend? I would say it's a combination of both. I would say to actually say they are not following trends or seeing what's popular, as all of us do. I'm not even a big YouTuber, but do I see what's trending on YouTube occasionally, especially like stuff like true crime and all like that? Because for me, sometimes I want to stay away from the hype cases. Like, a lot of people have seen me DMs about covering this or that because they're really into it and it's really popular. And I'm just like, you know what? It's already overcovered and I don't see a hook and I don't really see an interest for me. But do I look
Right.
at the trends? Do I look and see? Yeah. And I'm sure the big ones do too. How do you think they get so big? Like, they've got to follow the wave of what people want, whether they want it or not.
But at the
And
same time, you tell your audience what they want.
exactly, you got to kind of
Guys, you want
balance it.
nothing.
Yeah,
And that's what you're gonna get.
and that's what you're going to get from us, nothing. Like, that's it. Like, but yeah, I think it's a combination of both there, Mark. You'll find some creators that only do the hype, like as soon as something hits, they're out there in 5 minutes, like with a mic, with actually nothing to say, just saying like keywords over and over again. You can recognize them. But then there's others, like, they really have something to say about it, and it might be about the trending hype of the moment, but they have something to say about it. It's a combination. They're all different. I mean, trying to pigeonhole it is too much for me, especially this time of year. Like, I really couldn't, but I'm a sucker for Nilla wafers. They're good with banana pudding, but it's really the only way I've ever had. We're talking food. There you go, Juju. Broke the rules. That's what you get for trying to put rules on nothing.
That's true.
Like,
It came back to
really,
bite me.
are you out of your mind? How did you even think that was going to work for a second? Like, it's not going to work.
I was so optimistic, and you like shot it down immediately. You're like, no.
Absolutely. Like, it's a rule. How could you put a rule on nothing? Like, listen, let's not talk about food. Okay, that's
The
like,
only
hey,
rule for nothing is there are no rules.
that's like, Claire, could you go without coffee for a little while? No. No.
You just say no. No, I could not.
Nope. I say it quite calmly too. It's just fact. Like, there's no debate. Yeah. Well, yeah, we always end up talking about food. Those are great conversations. I don't know why you don't want to talk about food, but we could talk about some other stuff. Like, I want to know, like, really, if you have any other updates, like with this week, okay? Because I did see something posted in a Discord about a little furry animal.
No, I have no updates. Those furry animals, I guess, moved on. They do not come around anymore. I did see a cat in my yard today. That is it. That's like,
okay.
Everybody else left town.
Oh my gosh, are you insinuating that not only have you been dumped by the raccoon squad, but they're actually actively working with spreading rumors about you to keep all the other small critters out of your yard?
Yeah, possum's gone. Groundhog, haven't seen him.
It's like an organized like hate group. You got your own little hate group of raccoons out there.
I think I blame the cheese. They were like, we left you cheese in front of your
never
house.
picked it up. Like, I don't blame them. Like, the first thing I said is, did you go pick up the cheese? And you're like, no. It's still there. And I'm like, wait a minute. What kind of cheese? Well, I didn't get close enough to see. I'm
No,
like,
I did. I
wait.
took a picture of it. It was
Okay.
Parmesan.
Okay, it is Parmesan. Okay, so there you go. All right. Well,
they did leave that. Mrs. C, what I did was I said no to a raccoon. And I may or may not have slammed a door in his face. And
True.
he spread the word to all the creatures in the neighborhood, stop coming in my yard.
Yep. True.
I did not leave the cheese out. I found the cheese in the street. But I also found a disposable razor in my backyard and a cat pooper scooper. So tell me they're not leaving stuff around my house. When I didn't accept the cheese, then they turned ugly.
True. Yep. They would, and they did, and there was some scatterings of garbage on the deck and stuff. I remember this.
That is still occurring.
They left her. They're
still get in my trash.
They're letting her know how they feel. I'll tell you that. And Cat Ninja, you are correct. I did already break it, the food thing, immediately when I said cake or pie. I absolutely did. Yes, I did. Yes. And then I posted Eddie Izzard's video. Yes, I did. I absolutely was not happening. Like, don't tell me not to talk about food. How about food and comedy? Here we go.
Like, this is all we're going to talk about now.
It's like my brain just like exploded into all these topics that included food, but we're also including something else, you know. Yeah, but, Hey, Jin.
Jin, I did not lure those raccoons in.
Admit it, you lured the raccoons with the trebuchet. Yes, I think
you know what we shoot out of the trebuchet, don't you?
What kind of ammo? Oh, yes. Okay. What flavor Oreos?
All of them.
What is trebuchet worthy in Oreo? Like, really?
All of them, but the dark chocolate.
Oh, no. Or the chocolate peanut butter pie. You can't, like,
I mean, I like the chocolate peanut butter one. I'm not going to lie. I like it a lot.
It has a unique crust. It's like a different kind of Oreo. I don't even think it qualifies as an Oreo, to tell you the truth.
It's not an Oreo, for sure.
It's not, because
it's closer to a Nutter Butter.
It is, and it doesn't have the Oreo crust, like the dark chocolate cookie.
It's a graham cracker crust.
Exactly. So how is it an Oreo? Like, explain that to me. Just because Oreo made it doesn't make it an Oreo. I'm sorry. They were fudging the lines there with that one.
That's Oreo. That's Oreo for you. They're a bunch of liars. I mean, there's a reason I call them Oreos. They'll get into bed with anyone.
That's true. They made a lemon one. No chocolate involved at all.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't
Stay in your lane, Oreo.
Exactly. You've got a brand. Use it. You're making a big marketing mistake here. Stay in your lane. Okay. You had a great successful company as an Oreo. Now you're getting all crazy. You cannot please everybody. Stop trying. Stick to the Oreo.
But there's a reason Oreo's playing up to like our worst instincts, because they're like, yeah, these flavors are garbage, but we're only going to make them one time. So you dumbasses will purchase them.
Every damn time to see if we did it again. That's right. They play that game.
Yeah.
I hate when they make fools out of it. I do. Okay. Oh my God.
Then don't you think?
Oh wait, I had a dog. I had a neighbor that didn't like dogs coming into his yard. He told me it was really tempting to feed them chocolate and get them really sick. What a wanker. Oh, that's mean. Yes.
That's terrible.
Really, yeah. I hope that those dogs organized, and I hope that they crap on his yard regularly. I would actually encourage a few of them to crap right outside the door.
That's what I think happened to all the animals, is whoever in the neighborhood is feeding them, they all move down to their house.
Well, you can't blame them. They're gonna go where they got the goods, where they get the goods, and why would they live in your yard and have to travel for breakfast every day?
Right? They're like, we have to work down here. No, thank you.
Yeah. Why not move over to the neighbors where they don't have to travel for breakfast? It's like right there, right? Yeah.
I know, but then it's just frustrating, because I'm like, what if there are mice and vermin in my yard? These animals were taking care of it, and now they're down just eating a free buffet.
Yeah, true. Well, they always were. Like I mean, if you think that they were really trying to be your friend instead of looking for free buffet.
You know what's going to happen though? Whoever's feeding them,
Yeah.
And I don't wish this upon them, except a little bit I do. I'm like, those critters, they're going to crawl in their dryer vent, or they're going to get up in their attic, and they're going to do stuff. They're going to trash the place.
Boy, are they going to do stuff, and it's going to smell. And I'm telling you, you get them in your attic, and oh my God, we've been challenged. We've been challenged. Whoa, that's not the one. But they are good, Teresa. Like, I agree with you. The peanut butter chocolate pie Oreos with that crust are really good. Like they are
Teresa
good.
was the first one to claim that, and I scoffed at her when she said it.
You told, and then I came on the show and I proved it. Like they're good.
We had to admit it. We had to admit
it. We had to admit there were 2 Oreos that would actually prevent us from crossing Oreos out of our life forever. And that is the dark chocolate Oreo and that chocolate peanut butter pie Oreo, which is not an Oreo. Now, the dark chocolate one is an Oreo. But the other one's not an Oreo. But because Oreo makes it, I can't cross them off now. Like, you know.
I will say, it's been a year. And my fury at Oreos has definitely waned.
I don't have fury for them. I have why? I have confusion.
I did have fury because I ate so many of them and they were disgusting.
And you know what? And then I came on the show with 14 different packets. You were like, God damn it. I'm so Oreoed out. I can't anyway. But we finished it up. We got it done and dusted. It was over. Oreos were laid to rest. But until Rocket Couch is now challenging us with a new debate topic, is an Oreo a sandwich?
It's a sandwich cookie.
I would say on the general description of a sandwich, being a top, a bottom, in the middle. Yup. If there's filling and there's a top and a bottom and they're the same, then it's a sandwich. Yup.
Is that the definition? Is that the definition of sandwich? A top, a bottom, and a middle?
Well, the top and the bottom are usually somewhat the same.
I mean, that's the definition of something
in the middle. Actually, there's more of a technical definition of a sandwich, which would not apply to an Oreo. But when you think about an Oreo, you're right. It is a sandwich cookie. Absolutely. Which would mean top and bottom the same with something in the middle that's different, qualifying as a sandwich cookie. Yep. So,
and I'm over here.
She's
Googling the actual definition.
You'll see sandwich. It says a meat and cheese between bread or something. I don't know.
This item consisting of 2 slices of bread with a layer of meat, cheese, etc. between them.
It gets very specific, doesn't it? And I say bollocks on that definition, because a sandwich, you can make a lettuce sandwich. Have you ever used 2 big lettuce leaves to, right. And if it has a top and a bottom, not just using one to make it into a roll or a taco. Okay. But anyway, the whole debate about sandwiches, that could go on and on and on and on. So is a hamburger a sandwich? By that definition, yes. But hot dog is not a sandwich. We've been here. We've done this debate. Hot dog is not a sandwich because the bun that the hot dog goes into is not a top and a bottom. It's one piece. And I'm going to stand by that.
Everyone, the key is the top and the bottom.
Right. And taco is not a sandwich. I don't care if you put ham and cheese in the taco. It's still not a sandwich.
I would never consider a taco a sandwich.
Some people do because of, the meat filling and everything.
I'd consider a quesadilla a sandwich more than a taco.
Oh, because it has a top and a bottom. Yes, you're right. But a quesadilla is a quesadilla. They deserves it. They are so oh my gosh, let's not go on about cheese. I'm going to lose my mind. I'll lose my mind. But yes, quesadilla deserves a category of its own. Yes, Rocket, I know you did a great job too. I've done my time as a hot dog debater. Now I just starting hot dog debates between other people. Exactly. He's got a great video on it too. Is that still on your channel? I know you did some great work on the hot dog debate. He debated, I think, Mallory about the hot dogs. Yes.
Look at Brad and Teresa down here. Brad, I got my hot dog bun in 2 pieces.
Oh, well, then you have
I think
turned
different
it.
of you, Brad. Then Teresa says if you break it apart, it now has a top and a bottom.
Okay, but here's the thing. You guys have to alter it to turn it into a sandwich.
Exactly.
You guys are scientists and creatists of your own, turning anything you want into a sandwich, but it doesn't make it a sandwich. It's your version of a sandwich, and I give you that. Yes. But you had to alter it to make it a sandwich.
If you put a hot dog on in between 2 pieces of bread, it then becomes a sandwich.
And you know what? And you can make a hot dog sandwich. Yes, you can be, right? You can make a hot dog sandwich. Yes, you can. But this just shows you, this is a perfect example of how anybody can take a little part of something and turn it into something else. You can take a statement, a true fact or a statement, and you can alter one word, do this, cut it in half, do whatever, and turn it into something else totally at any given time. Yeah, absolutely. Look at it. It's happening to the hot dog right now before our eyes.
Happening to the hot dog. So a gyro would be a Greek taco?
A gyro is well, that depends because yes and no, because yes, they are using the bread, the pita bread, like the flat bread is like held like a taco, but words are words. Like a taco, when you think of a taco, the word itself is more than the shape of the implement you're filling, correct?
Well, and you can do multiple things with that pita because you don't have to cut the pita in half and fill each side. Like a little boat.
You can just hold it like a taco and do it like that. Like stuff it like a hard shell taco or like a round circle of the corn or the flour tortillas. Taco, the dip, like when you think taco, it's not just the implement that you're holding it in. It's not just the vessel. Like it's all the fillings. It's like everything.
Look at Teresa. I love
Mark. Oh God, Mark is starting a riot. Here we go. Wait, which one? Teresa first? Wait.
No. Well, yeah, do Teresa because she has the hot dog.
You slice the hot dog in half and grill it. Then you put it between the bun. That's a sandwich. Yeah, you've made it into a sandwich. I agree. Okay.
Wait, no. Why is that a sandwich?
Because, it's between the bun? No, yeah. It's not. No, I thought she meant
the key between is top and bottom.
That's right. So you have to slice the bun in half. Okay. And you can actually take 2 pieces of white bread, make a couple of hot dogs, and line them up in the white bread, and you would have a hot dog sandwich.
I'm not going to lie to you. On occasion,
there's nothing wrong with a hot dog sandwich.
I sometimes cut the hot dog into 4 quarters. And then I put it on a bagel.
And what's wrong with that? That's not a sandwich, though. That's a hot dog bagel.
Wait, but then I put a piece of cheese on it. Then I put the other side of the bagel. Then I microwave it.
Now you've made a hot dog bagel sandwich.
Yep. Yes, there you go, Teresa. I got the hot dog into a sandwich for you.
You can turn a hot dog into a sandwich, but a hot dog in its pure dog and bun state is not a sandwich.
Purchase a package of hot dog buns. It is not a sandwich.
Correct. Okay. So now, Mark is going to start a riot here. Ready? Does a pizza have any right to be considered a pie?
Yeah. Why doesn't it? It's got a crust.
Because some people say
it's got a fruit filling.
I've had arguments with people about if it has a crust on top, it's a pie. But if it doesn't have a crust on top, it isn't. Like I have gotten serious arguments with people, and in that way, a pizza pie would not be a pie because it doesn't have a top. But
what is it if it doesn't have a top?
I don't know. They never really explained
it to me
bowl? Properly. Like what is it?
We just call this hot fruit bowl.
No. In some countries, they just call it like a custard or a pudding. Oh, okay.
What about pumpkin pie? Good, excellent point.
Exactly. Couch. Pumpkin is a pie. And like an egg pie, and cream pie. That's what I mean. I'm on your side. They're all pies to me if they have a crust. It doesn't have to have a top crust for it to be a pie. As long as it has a crust, it's a pie.
You know what's interesting? I have like strong like opinions on all of these where I'm like, no, it's obviously this. But also the people who get emotional about it, I'm not willing to invest that kind of feeling.
I am. Food is life, and life is emotion.
You're like, no, I'll fight about pie.
I will. I will. I will. Like, food is life, and like this is where the emotion comes from. Food. Okay. Yes. Hey, Claire,
Uh-oh.
remember when I did not say that, Rocky Couch? That was Juju. Like, don't spread rumors.
No,
Hey,
the only
Claire,
reason we're talking
remember
about
when you
food
said we
is
would
I was
talk
like,
about food today? I never said that. I said, fat chance that's going to happen, Juju. And then very clearly, right afterward, said, Caker pie.
I tried to challenge her to go 2 hours, no food talk.
Nope. Wasn't me. That was Juju. I would never, ever take that bet. Like,
What if
nope.
I just learned like a new technique to get you to discuss something?
You're
like,
gonna have
all
to
right.
keep trying, like you did.
Just
You
show.
wanted. It's a secret manipulations here of Juju. She really wanted to talk about food today. Like she really wanted to wrestle in the
No,
food
but I
today.
am gonna start like we're gonna take bets on when we can get through a whole episode where we don't talk about food.
Okay. All right. Well, we are like, let's see. Like we're not even an hour in. We've got an hour left. Besides food, because we're already in a food fight, right, Ninja? And we have actually made everybody hungry. And now, like, I want to eat popcorn. Like, I've got to go and see if I've got any pie in the kitchen, you know. But anyway,
Oh, I'm making popcorn later
yeah.
tonight.
I've already got my sweet and salty already made. Like, I'm ready. I am ready.
I mean, you know, I love the popcorn. I make it all the time.
No, you know what? I don't know. Is it who is stream? Is anybody streaming? I don't want to say any names, just like, but if you are, say so in the chat so I don't mess things up because I didn't get any notifications on anything. But then
One
again,
person that usually is not going to.
that's when yeah, okay. So then we have to look for an after party. It sounds like Discord after party to me. Oh my god. Yeah. Because I've got the popcorn and I got my coffee going already. You know, I do know the more than likely there'll be a later stream, like like about 2 hours after we end. We
Where?
should usually record streaming, but like
Oh yeah. I'm like,
it's not gonna be on YouTube, although he does have a live chat. Like we do get to talk in the chat.
I just acted like I don't go to that stream on a regular basis.
I know. She just acted like Wrecker who?
I'm like, I'm so confused who streams late at night like that.
For those of you who don't, we call him Wrecker, but it's MC Wrecker. Like, sorry. Like, I don't mean to clip his name off like that. But yeah. You know, formerly known as Drager Wrecker. You know. Drager. Yeah. Well, he'll be doing his music stream, I think. But you never know because like it's it's Monday in New Zealand and anything could happen. So I make no promises. So Rocket Couch has got shepherd's pie ready in 30 minutes. I love a good shepherd's pie.
Is that the one with lamb in it?
It could have lamb, beef. You can make shepherd pies with anything in both ways. Traditionally, here in the States, don't we make it with ground beef though? And
but I thought it was called something different if you make it with ground beef.
I don't know. Okay, we could debate that. I don't know.
No, we don't have to debate it. Let's discuss how Mark Caesar can adjust the height of his headlights on his new car.
I think that's quick. Well, I want to know about this new car. Like Mark got his new car a few days ago. He was very excited about it. I love the smell of a new car, especially if it's got leather interior. Like that never gets old. As a matter of fact, I would want to trade in the car as soon as it lost that new leathery smell because it's so good. It's so good.
Have you ever had a car with leather seats though?
I have. I had a huge car. I had a Grand Cherokee Laredo, like the big Jeep thing, but it was all done up, you know. It had the heated seats, they were leather, it had like everything adjustable, it had the sunroof, it had the auto start, the auto heat, like the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
I had a Volvo with leather seats and then it had metal buttons on the seats, and that was a horrible design.
I Well, this was black on black on black, like everything. So that I didn't like, especially on the shore, with the sun and everything. It was a little hard, but it was was a deal I couldn't refuse through someone I was working for at the time, like one of those like they're trading in their lease kind of thing, and it was like I loved it though. What I loved driving that thing around because I felt quite like bigger, like it made me feel tall, and I'm not a tall person. I'm only like 5 foot, so like I'm sitting in here and I was above everything on the road, like it's just sitting in my seat, you know. It was kind of cool. And it was very throaty, It had a nice engine in it. It wasn't like the new ones. But now I can't, now I want something that's a little more efficient. It was a gas guzzler. It wasn't really, this was quite a while ago, by the way. This isn't like now. This was like I think
I mean,
been
I
at
have
least
driven the
10.
same car for 20 years.
Yeah, I think I'm 10, 15 years out of that vehicle already. Well, the one I got after that was half a hybrid. It came out of California. It was a vibe, and I actually loved that car. I loved that car because of its fuel efficiency, and it was like I didn't have to plug it in, but it had this new hybrid engine out of California that was really. I got like 45, almost 50 gallons to 50 miles to the gallon, which was unheard of at the time. Like this was quite a few years ago, like maybe 9, maybe 9 years ago. But none of these cars were new. I didn't buy a single one of them brand new. I never pulled anything brand new off the lot. Because of my business background, I refused to do it because they depreciate by a third, people, the minute you sign that contract and pull it off the lot. You never get you could sell it immediately the next day and you're going to lose a third of the value. Book value goes down a third immediately, like most things. And I just couldn't do it. It used to bother me. I always bought a used car. I'd buy a used car from a dealer. Have you bought it right from the dealer? Like it's like 4 years old, like after
I only bought one car ever.
Yeah. So you've had the same car for 20 years.
Yeah.
What kind of car?
I did buy it used.
What kind of car is it?
A
If you don't
Pontiac
mind.
Grand Am.
I had one of those. Did you get the turbo? Do you have the turbo?
I don't know what that means. It's a
well, you'd know if you
SE.
Okay. Well, you
that
would know
is
if you had it.
significant.
I think some people in the chat might know what I mean. I had the Grand Am turbo. Okay. What color is yours? Mine was maroon. Very
Silver.
much. Oh, what?
Silver.
Oh, I like that. Pretty.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. I mean, that's a good little car.
It is. It's not too big and it's not too small. No, it's not too big and it's not too small. I love.
And I'm going to tell you what my favorite thing about this car is, besides just it being it. Somehow it is magical, and I can shove a lot of furniture inside it, like things I find on the side of the road where I'm like, this won't fit in there.
I noticed that about it. It has a larger interior than most cars, although it's not bigger than most cars. It's just that, like the walls and the seats and everything, it's just bigger inside, right? And you got the fold down seats in the back, right?
Yeah, every once in a while, the angle the doors open is your biggest problem, but you can get past it. You just got to use a little math.
They also had, at least in the one that I had, they had this thing where you could pop out. You could go from the trunk all the way through to the back seats. Like you could put the seats down,
fold down.
And then they had this thing that fold down and you could go all the way through. Really great for moving furniture. You're right. It's perfect. Like I know what you're talking about. It was perfect for that. I actually moved locations with that car and I loved it.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, I don't know. You guys all should know this, but I pick up furniture off the side of the road a lot. And, yeah, my little car. It knows. It, like, spots the furniture before me. It's like up here.
It does.
Something amazing's happening. And then it grows, like Harry Potter style. You know, like when they have the bags and stuff that everything fits inside?
Right.
That's my little Grand Am.
No,
it's an automatic.
Oh, I had an automatic too. Like,
No, I've only ever had 3 cars, 2 of which my parents purchased for
okay,
me.
okay. Let's see. What was your first car? Your very first car?
Volkswagen GTI.
That was like very similar to my second car. My first car was a Toyota Corolla hatchback with like over the one thing about the Toyota was you could put 200,000, 250,000 miles on this thing and it would be like still brand new. Tight
Yes.
little engine, okay. And it was turquoise, Juju. It was like this beautiful bluey turquoise, like not real turquoise, like green turquoise, but the bluey version of turquoise, if you know
Yep.
what I mean. It was gorgeous. I love this little zippy thing.
I know, I
But
still miss
yeah,
the GTI. I
yeah.
still remember the license plate number from it.
Yeah, I didn't have a Volkswagen GTI. My second one was a Volkswagen Rabbit, but it was the boxy square one. It wasn't the bulby one.
Oh, GTI Rabbit, essentially the same thing.
Oh, is it? Okay, so and I had the crank sunroof, like it was all like manual, everything. Even the windows were manual. There was no like,
Yeah.
yeah. But that thing would start in the dead of winter, like snow over everybody's cars, and I was the only one on the
Yes.
block that car started. I love this beast. Like the German engineering in the engine and the electricity with the batteries was fantastic. I will say that. Yeah. And I did love the Toyota Corolla. And I know they're not American made cars, but like I'm sorry, they had really good things about them that I totally enjoyed. Yeah. Well, they were both used too. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never
Yeah.
owned a brand new car.
Mm.
Oh, I lied. I've owned 4 cars.
Yeah. Another one.
Mm-hmm. And in a Zuzu Rodeo. It was my mom's car. So then when she passed away, I'm like, I can haul a lot of furniture in this. So I kept it for a while. And then I took it to like renew the plates, and it was going to cost, I don't know, $1,000 or something to like get it so it
Mhm.
would pass inspection. And I'm like, get that. So I just got rid of it.
I didn't have to crank the car, Mark. You wise ass. I had to crank the sunroof in the windows. Like they weren't power. Like stop it. Like now, yeah, I'm ancient. I'm ancient. Mrs. C said her first one was a Saturn. Those are nice little ones. It was a station wagon.
A
Wow.
Saturn station wagon.
Yeah. Saturn is a great like Saturn was nice car company. They were owned by everyone who worked there. Like there was one of those employee owned companies. Like that was great. Like you like trying to put them into the you know the quality of the car and everything like that and making their worth ethic stronger and all. It was kind of cool. I remember that when they first came out. 85 Olds Cutlass Sierra. Bench seats were amazing for yeah, I would imagine, Charlie. I would
For
imagine.
Paradise by the
Yeah,
Dashboard Light.
exactly. There you go.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sue Elliott.
Hey, Sue. Nice to see you. My first car was a 71 Buick Rivera. Wow. That's like a boat on the road, right? That was big, right? Am I thinking the right car there, Fish Nerd? You're talking about like that's a land boat. Yep. A socialist or car company? Pretty much, but not like as socialist as you can in a capitalist country. Yes, they actually. It was kind of like not to bring up anything bad, but way back when Starbucks was the same thing. Everyone who worked there owned stock in the company, and it was kind of like that. And it kind of was like to make a big family as far as the company and try to give that vibe,
Wasn't
like we're all in it together and
Southwest
everything you
Airlines
do
was like
matters.
that too, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Quite a few companies, but I remember that Saturn was like that. They started like that. It was novel for a car company. I remember.
Saturn always makes me think of a high school friend of mine. All he wanted was a Saturn. And then I don't know how old we were. We graduated college. And one day we didn't live in the same city anymore, but we happened to be. I was like back where he lived. And he was like, look at my Saturn. I finally made it. Like it was a big moment in his life that he bought like his own Saturn. Because we were still kids with nothing.
Mm. No, I get it. It's just it was just cool novel idea. It's like Rocket Couch. Your first one was a 2001 F-150. That's pickup truck, right? If I remember right, 15 years old. So when I got wow, cool. But is that the F-150 is a pickup truck, right? If I remember correctly, like correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I don't know that much about cars.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of would like to have a truck. But also, no. I like my Grand Am.
I
Also,
did.
I may be superstitious, and that is why I'm like, let's
It
stock this
was.
little
It's
car
a.
up.
I'm sorry. It's a sexy car. I agree with you. The Grand Am. Mine was a turbo, which had a little more kick. And the reason it was a turbo was added on top of the 6-cylinder engine, like at that time, because a lot of
Oh
cars
yeah,
were going.
because I mean I have 6
Yeah.
cylinders, but I don't think I have
Yeah.
turbo.
So when I actually started my car, like it was throaty, like that turbo, and it also just gave it a little more kick. And I was using it for commuting at the time, so I appreciated it. Like, and I'm just, it was a nice car. People like to drive it, but the Grand Am is one of my favorites. Like, and it was a beautiful little maroon thing. It did
Well, and
have a
mine has
sad
like
end.
no miles on it, so
Oh wow, mine did. I remember it had kind of a sad end. Like my sister drove my car and the engine caught on fire. I don't know what she, I don't know what she did, but the engine caught on fire.
I would be
There
horrified.
must that must have been like an oil leak of some type, somewhere, or something. But my sister at the time just had a little bit of bad luck with cars. Like the reason she borrowed my car is that she just seized her car. Like, in, yeah, I should have really thought about that, like before I let her borrow it. But like, I don't really think she caused it. She just had a little run of bad luck at this one time.
She just happened to be the one driving it when it occurred.
Yeah, and it didn't really help for her, self-confidence that everything she touched during like that whole month just seemed to break. Like it was just, I remember it, it was like we were laughing about it at the end, but she was not in a good mood. She was not. I think she would have been afraid to go out of the house after the end of the month.
I hate dealing with car stuff. Like that's one of my. Obviously, I handle it because I have to. But do you have any task, where you're like, I just wish someone else in my life would take care of this for me?
Yeah, anything to do with the furnace, yes, or the plumbing. Like I ain't doing it. Mm.
Really?
Really. Plumbing issues, I can't stand it. Like I'll unclog the drain. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. And you
Yeah.
have to, upon emergency, plunge a toilet. Okay. But when it comes to fixing it long term or anything like that, nope, I'm calling people in. And thankfully there are people, exes and brothers and cousins and nephews and whatever, and professionals, because I'm not doing it. I don't even want to change the screen on the filter rather on my furnace. Like I don't want to do it.
I
Nothing.
have to change a breaker in my breaker box, and I have been putting it off 4 months. I have no desire to.
You see, I would do that in a second. Okay.
What? Really?
But I really have
you want to
such
come over?
I'll come over. You come over and dust and vacuum, and then we'll drive back over to your house and I'll change the breaker. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, there you go. And we're gonna have some food in between and break all the rules. Like, and then we're gonna have some food and drinks. And the fact that any of this stuff we just talked about gets done will be a miracle because
right.
Because if we get together, there's gonna be everything but what we plan to do. Absolutely.
100%. I will affirm that.
I could see that happening.
And then I'll be sad. Like after we part, I'll be like,
there's a reason that we live far enough away from each other that we can't do that on a regular basis because like nothing would ever get done. We would be like, let's get together to do this. Okay, we make a plan, we get together, and then it was like, wait, I want a coffee. You want a coffee? Let's go to the coffee shop. Then 5 hours later, hey, wait, it's lunch. You want to get something to eat? Sure, let's go here. It's like,
dude, I have a friend like that. And now we're like, okay, let's just meet for breakfast because this is what we just want to sit and talk. Exactly. And like last time we had plans, we were supposed to go somewhere indoors. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I checked the weather and this is like the last nice day. So we went to the park and like sat at the park and ate there.
Yeah, that's nice. I have a breakfast place. We used to meet my friend there. They saved us a corner table all the time. Like we go there regularly, not on the same day or whatever, but like the waitress would wink at us when we got there. She goes, "If you give me a minute, I'll clean off your table, like so you guys could sit there." Because we would sit there for 3-4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's how we choose places. We're not like, oh, the food at this place is great. We're like, they let you sit there for hours and do not kick you out. Like, and they don't get ticked off. Yep. But I also think they know that we're like, we tip pretty well. And if they're like trying to
Well,
turn, if they're
true,
super
because
busy and trying to turn
I
papers
know they
over.
got to turn those tables over. So yeah, we do the same thing. It's an excellent tip. We're not trying to take the waitresses' money away. Like, and we're drinking coffee and ordering stuff the whole time. Like, I get it. They got
Yeah, we're usually drinking coffee.
but they need their regulars too. So it's like a fine balance,
Well, and I kind of think like that table is a little respite, where they're like, dude, we don't have to bother with them. They're
Well,
taking care
also
of.
that's the table where like when the owner comes in to do the receipts and all, he sits there, or if he has meetings with employees or he's doing interviews, he sits there. It's like the corner booth back there is used by everybody that is actually intimate with the restaurant for stuff. So like he's not really losing any income by us taking up that table, seriously. Because they very rarely sit anybody back there because it's right near the kitchen door, by the way. So
there's a Mexican place by my house that they know what table I prefer.
Yeah. Oh my God, the furnace topic. I had to rip one apart and fix it in the middle of winter. There's a long story there. One that ends with alligator clips turning it on and off, and a variac to it just fancy me. Oh my God, but at least you got it working. But I feel for you. Nope. Listen, I'm so bad about the furnace and the plumbing topics that to get me to even answer the door when I've scheduled the appointment for them to come is a big deal. If I could get somebody else to be here while they're here working on it or to let them in, I would. Like,
See,
that's how
I
feel
don't
about it.
care, but like, okay. Did I tell you about the gas company? That was a whole thing this year because they insist on doing an in-home inspection like every 2 years, but it's not really an inspection. I don't know what I think they are just like walk down into your basement.
Yeah. No.
And
Well, you don't think they look really? Wow. What do you think?
well, I'll tell you why I don't think they were.
Okay.
Mark, by the way, no, I do have circuit breakers.
Yeah, we do. They're common here, right? It trips if
Yeah.
you've got any kind of surge or anything. Even if like one of the fuses goes out, like you could trip your circuit breaker. Like you got circuit breakers, and then you got other things with fuses. Like anything can trip it.
Yeah, but
Even
sometimes the breaker just goes out and you have to switch the breaker out.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
and also it can trip even if the power company themselves are having surges or any kind of little thing. Like your circuit breakers can trip off, like your whole thing.
yeah, mine's what? Okay, I don't know the terms here, but whatever.
I know.
It has
I
two
need a science.
breakers.
Like, where's Wrecker when you want to? Like, yeah, he would probably outline the whole thing for me here. But yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
can
two,
trip
what it's
twice on
called.
the same breaker. And one half of mine, like the
Right. And so like there's things that aren't working in your house, right? Yeah, fuse boxes used to be crazy, right? I remember that, but I have all breakers now. They don't have fuses anymore. I just remember, actually, I think maybe one part of the basement might still. I'm not sure. Well, I'll have to, but I don't want to go and find out. I do not want to go and find out because that's the furnace room. And like, I don't want to stay out of there. Yeah.
But you change the filter and stuff on it, don't you?
Nope. I have somebody else change the furnace. Like I was saying, I won't even change the filter on the furnace. I have somebody come do that. I will not go. It's the thing. I told you it's so bad that I would actually have somebody else come to the house to let these people in to take care of it. Like I don't want nothing to do with the furnace and the plumbing. Nothing.
I get it. That's how I feel about the breakers.
I'm
like,
I'm drawing my lines. I'm just drawing my lines there. Hey, Liam, it's nice to see you.
Hi, Liam. GFI breakers. Those are the ones on the outlets, though, right? Not.
Yes, those are like I have it in my bathroom, right? You got the little red and black buttons in the middle of the
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the
I have like
GFI.
18 outlets in my bathroom.
At least that. Oh gosh, so I have quite a few myself. Like I don't know why, but I do, and I designed that bathroom. And I like even when the electrician came and says, "Why am I putting one here?" I said, "For the future, just like wire this baby, okay?" Like because I was thinking about like I put all these hi hats in the shower and stuff like that, so it was well lit. But I'm thinking like there's all this new technology. At that time, I was watching home shows. And I saw how they did color therapy, and you could put radios and, surround sound and like all these things into your shower. Not that I did any of that, but if the walls are out and I'm getting wired, man, I'm getting wired for the future. You know what I mean, Juju? Like,
I think that's what they did in my upstairs because there's
yeah.
outlets everywhere.
I'm just wired for whatever I may need to do. There was like all of this new technology with these special kind of fans that suck out, like, all just everything you could think of. Like, I just wanted to make sure that anything I wanted to do in the future, the wiring would be there for it. Like, that's all. Not that
I
didn't
support that
like-
plan.
Yeah, well, the walls are open and they're gonna have to, like, why not? Like, now's the time. Do I want them cutting holes in my walls to do it later and ruining my gorgeous tile? That, like, no, 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 no. Like, no. So because I told you I tiled like everything in the bathroom. It's like the whole bathroom's like waterproof. You could take the spray thing and spray everywhere in the bathroom and you can't hurt anything.
See, that's phenomenal. They should all be like that.
Yeah, they really should. Just make it a shower room, people. Just like,
I know.
yeah. And yet it doesn't look hokey. It doesn't look institutionalized or anything like that. It's actually pretty, So there you go. Well,
Now
yeah.
we're just talking about. Did I say
fine.
fuse? Because I did not mean to. I meant
Nope.
to say
She means breakers. Yeah, you're talking about actually
either
clicking
way.
it out.
What I want to do is not look at it and or handle it or deal with it.
Well,
No,
but
I have not. That's what's
Well,
occurring.
luckily enough, a breaker comes out in a unit too, and you just replace it with a new unit. Just
No,
like a
I've
fuse.
watched
Yeah.
YouTube videos on it 100 times. It is not a hard thing to do.
Right.
And it's a breaker does not cost that much money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, pop the breaker out, head up to the hardware store, purchase a new one, come back.
That's it.
And every time I'm like, today's the day. And then I look at it and I'm like, today is not the day. For some reason, it terrifies me.
I don't know about you, but a trip to the hardware store, especially like a small separate, we're not talking Home Depot or any of that. We're talking your regular old-fashioned hardware store. I have those here still.
So do I. We have to because our houses are all old.
They're actually partially feed stores too. Like you can buy your horse feed and your chicken feed and bird seed and grass seed, stuff like that in big barrels. Like it's kind of hokey, old-fashioned. I love it. But I get lost in that place. Not only do they have like all the modern tools and implements, which, well, something you didn't know about me. I could get lost. I could get lost in the tool aisle looking at all that stuff. Like I could do, like,
I love going to them though, because I take up whatever I need to repair, or like if you need a certain screw from 1942, and I just go up there and I'm like, this is what's happening, and they like walk you around, help you.
Yeah.
I didn't have to, but I restained my deck and I did a little schematic drawing and had all my, dimensions on there. And then I went up there and I'm like, I'm going to stain this deck. How much do I need to purchase?
Right.
And the guy was like, no one ever comes in with these measurements. Like my dad was an engineer.
But you should,
I was trained well.
You need to know. Like I think that's like doing your research. I think that's well prepared. You probably got a very educated and good answer too, and you got exactly what you wanted. And Mark, the reason you have to change a breaker, well, they stop tripping or they trip too much. And like breakers do here in America, I guess they're just not as reliable. Like we have to actually replace the breaker. We don't have to replace it when it trips. We do get to just put it back, but it's like the breaker itself could have a problem and they come out as one unit and we have to do it. But you don't have to replace it every time it trips, right, Juju? It's not because it tripped. It's because it's like not working properly.
No, it tripped and like now it won't trip back.
Hi Tarot Destroyer. Yes, we like I see that you're just copying messages over there. We do tip more when we stay longer, and yeah, that's an answer to the other one there. I don't know what that's about, but mods, watch it, because
I believe
if that is actually going to be a bot, we are going okay. They're just copying questions, so could you please time out the bot? Thank you. I just don't want to do it. It's just distracting to me. Thank you for your attention, bot, but no thank you. Okay. Actually, now that I see that it's stepping up, just freaking ban it. Like, that's it. I don't have time for bots. Like, thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often that you have to swap them, Mark, but like,
yeah. Yeah, it they're the same as yours. They trip when they need to. They're a protection thing, right? Like it works. But here, I don't know, maybe it's because like how they're made or whatever. We have to replace them occasionally. They either stop tripping or they over trip. Like your breaker's going bad. When block it, people. Like, no, it's back. I want that band. Actually kick it from the whole channel. I'll take care of it later.
I'm sure
Instead
it's
of just
kicked. Are you looking in StreamYards?
No, I'm looking over at the other side. It came back. Yeah. I want it banned. I'll block it. Yeah. Whatever they say. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't know why it just came back like that. Is it a second one? We might have to keep an eye on it. Oh, because now it's tagging people and that's just not right. Oh, you hit it. Thank you, Mrs. Cassandra. I appreciate it. If it comes back, that means it's a duplicator, and we'll just report and hide every single one. It might make you guys busy, so let's just keep on top of it. Like, you know how they do, they come in with one and then it's a duplicator, and then all of a sudden there's another and another. See what I mean? It's a duplicator. Oh, you just like, get the heck out of here. I'm just gonna, you can report
I haven't seen a bot in a long time in a chat.
Yep, it's getting reported as a spanner and they're going to lose their channel. So I do hope, that you guys stop.
Flipping the breaker on the bot.
There you go. There you go. They're making your internet wrench there, Mrs. Cassandra. They're like, yeah, going to be tough. Yep. That's a duplicator bot. It looks like the same account, but it's like one little thing is different, like the space or whatever, and it just makes a whole bunch of them. Oh, we haven't had those in a long time on YouTube.
No, I haven't seen them.
I was ready though. I kind of warned all my mods because of the week of content that I did. This is when it happens. Like, people get upset about if you talk about certain things. They do.
So they send a bot after you?
Well, people are just bored. Like, people will, rather than having an educated opinion or talk about something reasonably, they will just be like, a contrarian or just a pain in the neck. I just reported the woman with the weird voice for swearing.
I bet that's a bot.
Really? You did? Because we didn't swear. Really? Like, okay. Like, you know what? I ain't got time for you. Oh, bye. Okay. It's going to be fun, people. Yeah. Like, there's two things. It's either the content I did or it's because Mocking dropped Naughty Santa, like whatever.
Oh.
Whatever. Like, it's either local.
Why would they come after you if Mocking drop knock? Oh, because
never mind. Never mind. Don't even start.
I caught up. I was like,
because they're ridiculous and they don't let things go, and like they don't have a clue, or a real life, and they're just trying to be relevant, but to me they're not. So I mean, it's just a button. It's all activity. I don't care. They're actually helping me in the long run, so I don't care. Well, I just feel bad for my bots, and I feel bad for anybody that has to deal with any of it, because they're just quite ridiculous.
Okay, I don't want to laugh at that, but you two skanks are robots is funny.
Yes, you two skanks are robots. I think it is. Actually, you should laugh at that.
I mean, hey, if we're gonna send a bot in, at least make them make us laugh.
Exactly. We're oh jeez.
Well, now you're just repeating the same joke. It's not as funny.
I know. It's like, can you just bye? Could you at least be entertaining? Because you're not I just have no patience for anybody who's not creative. This is boring. You're not relevant. Keep trying, but you're not going to get any rise out of us. We really don't care. Thank you for giving us your attention.
Plus it made you're like, I'm a real YouTuber and they sent bots after me.
I've got I've had bots from the beginning. I will say it's been a year. 2023 was been less bots. I really did.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize that less bots were around, and then just a week or so ago, I was talking to someone about it, and I'm like, we haven't seen bots in a long time. Here they are.
I would say just to make it easier for the mods, like, let's not even entertain them. Like, they're not even being creative or funny. Usually I will deal with somebody like trolling, but this isn't trolling. This is like lazy intimidation. I would say ban them on the first post. Go right ahead. Like, there's no argument here. Like, there's no other side of the story that they want to tell. There's no real conversation. They're not trying to communicate. So let's just ban them when they first get here.
Would
just
you
to make
call
it
that
easier.
intimidation? I would call it more irritation.
It's irritation, but they're trying to be. They think it's intimidation. They think they're actually accomplishing something, but all they're doing is showing their ugly arse, which I do like to point at and laugh. But I don't even want to bother in this case because it's just completely irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like
It's very sibling-esque. Like,
you mean
I'm
childish?
not. Yeah, where they're like, I'm not touching you.
Yeah,
I'm not touching you.
Yeah. Don't talk about that. Don't do that. Like, how dare you? Like, not engage. Like, okay, well, I'll pick where my energy goes, and it ain't with that. Like, so there you go.
I'm like, you've already exerted more energy on it than I would.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Mrs. Cassandra. Make it easy on yourself. Just just go right ahead. And if anybody gets banned by accident, it comes to me later that they had something really to say, I'll take care of it. Yeah. Well, yeah, like Icarus, we don't even have an army today. It's just a couple of us, but there you go. There you go. It has been a while. I wonder if other people are seeing an uptake at the end of the year on other channels. I haven't really noticed. Have you, Juju? I haven't really seen a lot of bots around.
I haven't seen a lot, but I don't go to as many lives as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Liam showed up just in time to get to work.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Get some support there for Mrs. Cassandra. That's nice. Liam, I just said I'm pretty sure you were listening, but just in case, as I said to Mrs. Cassandra or any of the other mods that are here, Shill, anyone else, you don't even have to give the usual let them have this say. It looks like a bot attack, so you just can ban them right away. We don't need to, give a bot a voice.
I read one.
Oh, go ahead.
I read one time because those bots used to come around a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But they were always doing the like naked ladies or whatever.
Yeah, those sex bots. Like when I first started my channel, they were everywhere, weren't they? Like when I was modding, like a good portion of my modding would be trying to report, because we would report it and then we would get it so that we could try to get the original accounts taken down by YouTube. You have to report it and then ban it,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you know why they did those was for search engine optimization.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, what could they get out of this? Like, why are they keep posting these in all the chats? And it was just irritating as heck if you're chatting.
Right.
So I went and researched it, and it was all search engine optimization. So they could go in and just like nail a chat and then, move themselves up on the search bar.
That is awful, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real irritating. They're like, no, we won't invest time in our content. I mean, most of those were,
I do find that people that take the easy way like that are definitely, they don't have content. Like they have to do stuff like that. Like, I don't care, Oh, no more Oreos. No, Mousy. Like, Mousy, are you behind in the chat?
No, somebody brought it up. Oh, Brad did. Did you miss the Oreos topic?
I did. Yeah. It was like,
Brad doesn't know our history with Oreos.
Oh,
Brad doesn't need
Brad. Yeah, Brad, like that goes back to Juju's channel in a whole like series she did. And I actually trolled her quite well, like for a while, because every time I went there, she'd say her thumbnail in her description would say that they were going to be talking about Oreos, and I got there and it was never about Oreos, like never. Like, I do admit to getting there late a lot, and they would be like, no,
you didn't come at the beginning of the stream when we discussed the Oreos.
Yeah, they had to admit they only really spent 5 to 10 minutes talking about Oreos in like a 2-hour stream. And I was like razzing them about it. Yeah, this is false advertisement. Like this is clickbait,
But the best part, like we've said this 8,000 times on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I think you found us when it was John and I streaming, right?
Yep. Yeah. No, before that, like, because John's my friend, like, and so were you. I enjoyed talking to you guys in
Yeah,
chat.
but I mean, like
from
the
the
first
beginning.
Oreo one.
Yeah, the first one. I didn't stay for that whole long one though. Like that
No,
was
because
long.
you popped in and John and I are chit chatting about whatever, and John and I accidentally streamed for like 5 hours
On accident. Yeah.
on accident.
Just like we accidentally stayed up all night the other night. Like
Yeah.
it just like
It was an
accidentally.
accident. But where was I going with this? Oh, when you came in, John and I are like, I don't know, we like anything but Oreos. We weren't even talking Oreos. So Claire's like, this is bullshit. I came here for Oreo discussion.
Yeah.
And every time she would pop back over after that, John and I would straighten them and we'd be like, anyway, Oreos.
Yeah,
And we
Oreo.
would switch back to the Oreo
Oreos.
topic.
Like serious. I'm like, let me tell you how he's done on YouTube. You can't clickbait. This is wrong. JuJu, do not be one of those.
So then Claire started trolling every Oreo chat we did. And she would just randomly pop in and be like, no Oreo discussion.
Again. Like, JuJu, we talked about this. Like, if you're going to say it's Oreos, it's got to be Oreos for a little while.
It was the best troll. It made me laugh every time.
And the chat was all into it, too, because, like, it did in the beginning of every stream, she goes, okay, we're going to talk about Oreos. And everybody, don't forget to remind Claire that this 5 minutes was dedicated to fucking Oreos. It's like...
Claire just sat in the bushes until we veered off topic, and then she's like, what is this? No Oreo talk.
No, actually not. I wasn't even in the bush. I don't really hang in the bushes, but I just like have weird schedules. So I would like pop in at all different times. Like, and it was always never about Oreos. Like never. And they would
that
like,
was the beauty of the Oreo.
And the whole chat is sticking up for you, going, no, you gotta rewind. We swear to God, she started talking about Oreos. I'm like, yeah, right. Sure. How much did she pay you guys? Like,
that was a group project. We all worked on it together. And we all failed. We all failed.
And then what happened is I actually had to go. I said, okay, I'm going to come up there and show you how an Oreo stream's going to be. And that's why I was I had 14 different kinds of Oreos.
No, you were insane. Way. And I loved it.
And we stayed on the topic of Oreos majority of the time.
Claire, you threatened me. You were like, it is my goal. We will discuss Oreos this entire hour, 2 hours, however long. And we did get her off topic like once or twice.
She tried like hell to get me off topic, because I was like, let me show you how it's done. This is how you do an Oreo stream. We are going to talk about Oreos.
Talk about Oreos, we did.
You know how you do an Oreo stream? Yeah, actually talk about the Oreo.
That was such a great plan we had to try all those Oreo flavors. First of all, I did not realize there were 142 of them.
It was a great plan until we realized we had to actually eat the Oreos.
Yeah.
And we don't like Oreos. This is true confession time. JuJu and I, neither one of us like Oreos. They are not. I don't even know.
But I thought I did.
I don't even
was
consider
under
them
that delusion.
When people say cookies, I don't consider Oreos in that field.
Do you know? Okay, when people say cookies, I never picture a pre-packaged.
I don't either.
Chips Ahoy. I don't go down the cookie aisle at the store because if you're gonna have a cookie, don't you make it yourself? You bake homemade cookies.
I have been known to actually freeze the dough into little balls that I could, but I will also say that since I got COVID during the pandemic, I have not baked any cookies.
I don't bake cookies very often because that's a lot of cookies.
And actually, I just got really, really I just had a moment of melancholy, almost sadness, that I realized that this time of year, usually I have bags of frozen balls in my freezer ready to bake because I have already started making cookies for the holidays and stuff, but not this year. I have not lifted a finger to do anything. Not a damn thing. There will nothing. But that's where I'm at this year, and I make no bones about it. I'm just this year I'm taking a pass from it. I'm just not doing it to myself. No stress. No trying to get all those Christmas cards out by a certain deadline. No, gotta get in touch with all these other people who have not bothered to talk to me for the whole damn year. Nope, I'm just not. I'm not doing it to myself.
I never do Christmas cards, but I mean, that's like mailing garbage to other people.
Mhm.
Like, it's like great in theory. I love it. But also, that's just, I'm like, here, you're going to need to throw this out in a month. Okay.
Yeah, true. Well, Liam has two very good questions. First, why else is there a cookie aisle? For those people that don't bake the cookies, I guess. Like, but I love the way
Yeah,
cookies
but
make my
every
house
cookie,
smell.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm not willing to make this statement. Never mind. I was going to say
Okay.
every cookie in the cookie aisle is no good. There's
There are
okay
some.
good.
Okay, like there's a brand of chocolate chip cookies I want you to try, like in an emergency, and they're called Tates. They come in a green bag. Tates, very thin chocolate chip cookie. Like
Oh, I
it's
think I've seen those.
okay. They're
Also,
okay.
I'm
All right.
interested in an emergency that requires me to get chocolate chip cookies.
Okay. Well, the only cookie that I will buy prepackaged are ginger snaps in chocolate chip cookies. And also, Petridge Farms makes these overly loaded, gooey, gigantic chocolate chip type cookies that they're like, if you eat one, it's like as if you ate a whole package of cookies, like from the cookie aisle. And they also make Milanos, those little light crisp ones with the fudge and stuff like that
Yeah.
in the middle. So, like, there
Oh,
are packaged cookies that, like, come on, Juju, are we going to make Milanos at home? No.
no. But I'm also not going to buy them at the store.
Are we going to buy all the ingredients that's in a Nantucket Petridge Farm giant chocolate chip cookie? Probably not. Because they've got like macadamia nuts and pecans and big things of dark chocolate in them and this, that, and the other thing. There's like a lot of stuff in the Nantucket, and we're probably not going to have all that on hand. Like, there are some packaged cookies that are a thing of their own, but it's not like a vanilla wafer and it's not like a regular chocolate chip cookie, or anything like that. But
I mean, chocolate chip cookies are so easy to make, and the dough freezes so well, so you can just pull out like
mhm,
one or two and bake them
yeah,
if you want one.
yeah. But there are emergencies, like, you're gonna be traveling and you need some cookies. Like, I get some Tates or Patriot Farm.
What are
Oh,
you
Mark,
saying right now? It's crazy talk, and I love it.
yeah, Mark, I have actually tried Tim Tams and they are worth it. If you ever get a
Mark,
chance,
I
try them.
have not tried a Tim Tam, and
She needs
I
to. She needs
want
to.
to so much.
Tim Tams are good. And I have another one that's really, really good. It's called a Pims. It's like a shortbread spongy wafer cookie with strawberry or orange jam in the middle, and then
Oh,
it's
I
covered
think
with
I was
dark
looking at
chocolate.
those the other day because
Luz
I was
puts them
looking for
out.
Tim Tams actually.
Yeah, if you go to that aisle, the European aisle, you'll find Luz, Lu, right? They make the Pims and they're delicious. Like, they're delicious too. But they're not like a cookie. I have the argument of whether that's a cookie. So if you try the Luz Pims or the Tim Tam, let's discuss that because of how they make it like a sponge cookie thing.
Like
Like,
wafery in the middle
no, it's
versus.
not even wafer. It's more like cake. Like,
All
that's what
I'm saying
that's
is
what
I
throws
want to
me.
drink coffee through a Tim Tam.
I know these Tim Tams are like delicious. But there's another cookie, like, those lace cookies that you turn into little straws like that, like the oatmeal and brown sugar.
First of all, I love lace
Oh,
cookies.
I absolutely love them. But are they good? Oh my God.
Rocky couch. So we're back on food. I see.
We do. We're back on cookies in food.
It's who we are.
Yeah. I don't know why she tried to change that. Like, she tried doing that rule thing on a nothing stream. It's just not working. It's just not working. It's just not gonna work. Yeah, Mark says he does Christmas emails. Save the trees. That's a very.
Thank
You
you,
know what?
Mark.
I would love getting Christmas emails. I really would. I mean, there was a time where I lived for the Christmas card. Okay, I decorated with them. I've got these little wire holders that I put on the back of the door, and as they came in, I put up all the pictures of all the kids. They come in the mail, like the postcards of your family and all the cards and the well wishes. I put them up every year. Made a whole big thing. I decorated with them. Loved it. But now I'm like the stress of returning all that got to be just too much for me.
I
Just too
get
much.
it.
And I think it comes from, like, being ill and like having like all that time taken away from you, and you just like, like, because like last year when it was all going on, there's no way I could have wrote a Christmas card. Like, if I read a Christmas card, that was a big deal. I'd be exhausted afterwards. Like to pick up a pen and write a Christmas card was too much. Like it wasn't going to happen. There was just the exhaustion was like so much. Well, so and then I just
I
got
used to
away
send,
from
I
it.
never sent Christmas cards out, but I used to send everybody a birthday card on their birthday in the mail.
Yeah.
Because I always think people don't get enough fun mail. So, not that a birthday card, you're like, whip did it do? But I mean, I always put something fun inside it, like at least a scratcher or something.
Yeah.
But
I
and I
mean,
did that for a long time, and it wasn't always a card, but I would just send you something fun for your birthday in the mail.
I like random things like that all year round. Like
See,
I'm not.
that's me too.
I've
And
never been one for the birthday thing. Like on my birthday, I normally hide. Like I don't know what it is. I think it has to do when I was a kid. I remember at 5 being in a big restaurant and them coming out with a cake and everybody in the restaurant turning and staring at me as they sing, and I cried. Like I did not want all that attention. I was 5. Like I was not like into it. And I think it has something to do with that. I do because I do love the well wishes. Don't get me wrong. It's nice that people want to celebrate the fact that you're alive and you make their life like a little bit better. It's
Yeah.
great. I do love that. And that's one of
Yeah.
the things I say. I say, listen, I don't do birthdays, but I want to be one of those people that say, I, for one, am so happy you were born and you're part of my life. Like, thank you that you're here. That's it. But I want that kind of stuff all year round. Like, I like getting little things. I have a friend who doesn't send me birthday stuff or Christmas stuff, but periodically I'll just get something in the mail, a card or a little cheesy gift or something like that. And I know they're thinking about me and they got well wishes. We're not really anywhere close to each other anymore. But I miss them daily in my life. It was somebody that used to be around all the time. We'd have coffee and meals and catch up all the time. And it's kind of nice, like those little things.
Yeah,
Well,
like I have a whole drawer of funny cards or
Uh-huh.
to send to people, but they're like you just send them on like a Tuesday where you're here to
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get sad though because you don't get even letters or anything in the mail anymore.
Mhm.
And I mean, doesn't everyone have like a drawer of letters where whoever sent them to you? Like when I was in college, when we all went home for the summer, we would write each other letters.
Hmm.
Not anymore.
No, I mean, I
Or
recently
like your
attempted to.
exes. I mean, what do you do? Print out your text messages? Be like,
No.
reread these later.
Yeah, no. No.
And
Yeah,
deleting them is not as satisfying as like doing the whole burning.
exactly. But I do love the old-fashioned letter writing, but I did try to actually write a letter recently, and it was really difficult. But I made the mistake of trying to write a letter to somebody I talk to every day.
Yeah.
So like,
So
I set
as we
myself up.
discussed 10
Yeah.
minutes ago.
I set myself up for immediate failure there, right? Like,
That's so funny.
it's like
You're like, I literally have nothing to write.
I did. I think that is actually a sentence in the letter. Like, hello, I actually have nothing to say here because I just talked to you 15 minutes ago. But I have the notion that letter writing is a dying art. Maybe I should get back on it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be successful. And basically, the letter kind of rambled on like that, basically. But I do think it's important to have such a tangible in your hand for later. I don't know what it is about me. And I know people are going to have fun with this one, but maybe I'm
joy of
preparing.
like opening up your mailbox and you're like, oh my gosh.
No, but you're also preparing for the memories. I'm preparing for old age. Like I want the tangible shit around me to remind me that I had a good life. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, I totally get it because I love sometimes, like if I'm cleaning out or organizing and then you stumble upon the letter drawer and then you're like, obviously I'm not going to clean for a while. I am going to reread all these letters.
Right, exactly. And yet I don't like really want a lot of stuff. Like I'm not going to save every single thing. But do I have I mean, when I was younger, the passing of time because of all the jobs I had in raising my daughter and like trying to get a college education after the fact, I was so busy. I literally had box every year. I made the effort to make a box every year. I called it a memory box and had little things that meant something to me all year in that box. And it labeled 1998, 1999, 2000. And then I had them everywhere, on shelves and stuff. I would get a pretty box that was ornamental, but it got to be
I don't
that
really
even
keep
got to be
stuff. If I keep it, I'd display
Yeah.
it somewhere. So people always call me not sentimental. Obviously, I'm a stoneheart, what everyone says. But it's all around. You just don't realize it because I used it as decor.
And that's the thing. I had these boxes, and then I realized this is creating clutter. This is actually causing me stress. This whole process, and they say live in the moment, right? It's nice to have the memories and all, but live in the moment. You know what I mean? And so
but I mean, I have
it.
art hanging in my living room, which was a concert T-shirt from the.
Oh, that's true. That's something that makes you smile every time you go by it, right? If you get the. Now, I believe in that. You're at least using it. You're not making clutter. It's not just stacked up somewhere. It's not stored in a closet. You know what I mean? You're living
this shirt
with
broke
it.
down and got holes in it and stuff, and I'm like, but I love this shirt, so I ripped out the part with song lyrics on it. And then
I have
framed it.
actually, I know people that make pillows out of that kind of stuff or turn it into something but they're using it. You're using it. You don't making clutter with it, which is the best part.
Nope, it's framed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's all over my house. You just don't know.
Yeah, this is true. I have lost the actual YouTube chat since that damn bot came in. It's so far behind. Thank God StreamYards pulls it over. I wouldn't know what's going on right now.
Did she say memory box?
What? Did I?
Because they're rolling on with a memory box.
No, memory. I think no. That's not.
I heard memory too. So we know memory. Where Mark's mind is.
Listen, if I have a memory box, it's man. First of all, I don't have a room large enough to store that thing. No, and that sounds more like a mammogram to me, a very painful procedure.
Yes.
Testing that I don't want to have done. Yeah. Thanks for the memories. God. Y'all got that on your brain. Just stop it. Just stop it. No. Okay. I didn't say memory. I said memory. Maybe I was a little lazy in my speech, but it's not what I said. Okay.
Well, I was with you, Claire, because I heard memory.
Thank you. Thanks for having my back.
Yeah, always. I got your sick.
It's oh my God. You guys are too funny. You. Too funny. Too funny. A cow pie is like a pecan caramel turtle, but 3 times the size. Okay, and also a cow pie
too big.
Is something that the cows do in the field.
Yeah.
That you walk in and you don't want to. Just saying.
But turtles.
I love turtles. I like anything.
So rich. Could you eat one that big?
I could not eat one that big. I like anything with caramel and nuts and chocolate. Yep, there. I'm there. I'm a toffee girl. I love toffee. Yep.
Reptiles versus memory. Get out of here with your memories.
Reptiles don't have memories. They don't feed their young. They don't have them. Stop it. Stop it, Brad. Stop it. I can't wrap my brain around that one. No. I don't want to be that.
I don't want to read the word memory.
Everyone and their mom heard memory box. Thank you, Icarus. I appreciate you. Thank you. It was memory box.
It was memory box.
Yeah, Steve versus Brad. I'm still not doing it. I know it's versus. I'm still not doing it. Nope. They're unrelated.
That's true.
My brain can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. But, oh my. Oh, look at that. A whole nother almost hour passed.
I know. How does that happen?
I don't know, but it does. It does every week. And we just sit here and we do this, and then we'll do it all week too. In other
That's
places.
what I yeah. We're like, do you want to meet up later? Because we've only talked for 2 hours.
You know what? I was just going to say, like, where are we meeting, Juju? I've got more to say. I got so much more to say. Like, and only you could put up with it.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It is actually a compliment, because can't you put up with it from me? I mean, we talk for like, yeah, because obviously,
First of all, I love to talk, so I will talk
I do.
forever.
I have an affinity for it, and I actually need it. Like, it's how I process. I tell people that I process verbally. Like, yes, I do. I need to hear
I
it
do
out loud.
too.
I need to hear from other people. Like, it's part of my process. This is why I have a YouTube channel with all this like true crime, talking about these legal cases and all. I can't keep it to myself reading all this anymore and just talking to one or two friends. Like, I process everything out loud. Lots of stuff. Well, are we back to sweater puppies? No, we're not. Oh, I just realized what that means. Duh. Like, I should have before I read it, and then I wouldn't have read it. But I just realized what it means after I said it. Like, what?
No, they're still going on about Mammy. I'm not reading chat anymore.
I'm not. I'm going to boycott chat. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on here. They're like
Mrs. C.
wild.
She just says boobs.
She either says it or she does the little pictures. They were doing that before too. I keep getting the boat or the boot.
I read that as boat too. I'm like,
is it boat or boot?
I think it says boot.
Okay, what is it, like the internet doing it to you? Because I don't think anybody here would kick you. Like, no, I'm pretty sure.
No, sometimes though, like my internet will do that where it disconnects for just long enough to like hold your chat. You know, and you get the red X on in YouTube.
I do. I get that on Kick a lot. Like, and I'm modding and I'm talking in the chat actively. And then if I stop for like a minute, Kick kicks me out. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like,
yeah, Kick. Well, and sometimes I'll be like, did Wrecker have an emergency? Because like it just comes up with the guitar on the screen.
I know. And then you got to refresh, right, to get back into the stream. I'm like, it does that even to me, the mod. And I'm active in the chat. Like, I'm trying to keep the chat rolling, like back and forth on Twitch and Kick, and it does it. Like, it really does.
Now I just, when it pulls my chats, are like, well, sometimes too, you'll like write a chat, it doesn't post it. So you put it in again, and then Kick's like, just kidding, and puts your original chat in. So then you look like an idiot over there, just like typing the same thing multiple times.
Are you having? Yeah, I do. Like, or it holds it, and then you type something else, and then everything else you said comes up, and you look like an idiot. Right? Like,
now if it holds it, I'm like, I don't care. Okay, Kick, you.
Yeah,
you win this round.
Yep, apparently. Twitch froze multiple times today. Good to know, because if we do stream, we'll be on Twitch later. Hi, Emmit. Yep, thank you. I loved the nothing you were discussing. I love these comments. These are like my favorite. I have to immortalize these in case I have to hit it. Like, I love this. I do. Oh, Mousy, I feel for you. I did not sleep very well at first last night. I was up really late. I was gonna tell Juju, like, I got distracted. Well, when she said she was up in the middle of the night, I was too, because like hours and hours of wind drove my anxiety to such a high level before I tried to go to sleep. And then when I went to sleep, I slept for a little bit, but the wind woke me up. Like, I heard a rattling on the window, and boom, I was up like a shot. And then that sound and that anxiety was in my head for hours. Like, it took a while to go back. I finally did get some sleep, and then I slept most of the day, of course.
I mean, I slept for a good 4 hours, but after that, it was. I think too, when you're like, I have nothing to do, like, I'm going to go sleep for 10 hours. That's when you do not sleep for 10 hours. You only get those like good 10, 11 hour super sleep kicks when you did not plan for it.
I've had one recently and it was really, really good. It was really, really good. It actually talked myself into it, because I was talking another person who really just needed to get some really good rest, into sleeping like that. And I actually talked myself into it in the process. And that was it. Lost a whole day. But I don't really regret it. I say lost a whole day, but it was for a really good reason. Like I felt
No.
so much better afterwards. I really did.
Never regret a super sleep day.
No,
It's good for you.
I like burrito day. I like super sleep day, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yep.
I thought
I
today
did
was gonna
not
be
have
super
I
sleep day.
never have baked beans for dinner, Mark, although baked beans are a part of English breakfast, and like I do make English breakfast a lot, but I like push the beans around. I don't eat a lot of them. I make them for others though. But
Baked
yeah.
beans? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not a fan of that.
I do like a good baked bean, but it very, 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 very rarely do I eat that. I'm more a chickpea and black bean girl. That's all I can do.
Same, Claire, same.
Yep, see? And even like when you know how you can make different hummuses with the chickpea and stuff like that. I'll
Mhm.
even make white bean hummus with like the white kidney bean. Like I like it. Or cannellini. That's it. Cannellini beans. They're creamy. They make a really good hummus type dip. Yeah, and black bean dip and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get my hands on a letter from Joel Rifkin. Huh. Okay.
That
You
is
know what?
very
I feel for you,
well,
Liam. Neither one of those, when you talk about Kick and Twitch, right? I feel for you because neither one of those platforms is very conductive to keeping you in the chat and interacting. I don't know why. I don't know why they're just not. And they're for some reason their connections are frail. That's the only word I could think. Like and I, maybe it's because I don't have a great system, but now to hear other people talk about it too, it's just really hard to stay on those streams.
I don't mind Rumbles, but Rumble doesn't save the chat after the
Nope.
stream's over.
Nope, they don't. Because Rumble is like a storage. They started as like a storage. Like most people on YouTube, like myself as a creator, I just use Rumble. Like it stores my YouTube videos for YouTube, like doing stuff. And I have it on automatic to go over there, but not everything goes over there. Like they seem to pick and choose what they want to, when they want to work and when they don't want to work. It's very annoying, you know.
Well,
I
and I
guess
don't get notifications for Rumble, so someone has to come find me if
I know I
particular
don't.
people are streaming.
I noticed that. I started following a few people and it doesn't give me a notification when they go live. And I'm like, why? I said to. Why don't you?
I know.
Hey, look at the trees. How are you? We're gonna say hello and then we're gonna say goodbye because like we're gonna dump out of here. Like I think unless Juju thinks of a very valid reason why I should stay past the 2 hours.
No. Also, the battery on my computer is.
That's a very good reason why we should leave before it's 2 hours. There we
Yep.
go. I think
I
you
mean,
should.
I did panic because like an
I,
hour before the stream, I'm like, I didn't charge my computer.
no, I think you should charge your computer so that you can join the after parties wherever they are, and we could talk all night. I mean, it is still the weekend here. It's still Sunday.
Not all night. I have to stop
Not
my
all
all
night.
night chit chat.
Okay, we will set it to week time, and you can give us your end time, and we'll banhammer you whenever you
Just
say.
boot me out.
Yeah, I promised you I would. If you told me a time, I would do it. Like I can do that for my friends. You tell me what you want, and I will try to do it.
But
Of
if
course,
I'm
you'll yell
having a
at me
good time,
later.
I don't want it to stop.
I know, and then you're like, Claire, wait, like you got to look at the time because I'm gonna like, all right, I'll rephrase it. I won't ban you without saying, Juju, it's the time you told me to kick you. I've got my finger on the button. This is make your argument for why it shouldn't happen. Like,
Valid argument.
Yeah, valid
Minimum of
arguments
3
only.
points.
Yes, like none of this half-ass stuff. Like you better give me a good reason why I shouldn't push this button. Like, yeah.
I'm like, we're solving world peace. You'll be like, don't believe you, you're out. You just boot us.
We're solving. Wow, you pull that one on me. I mean, before you even get it all the way out of your mouth, you'd be out of that chat.
I'm like, we're really making progress on cancer treatments in here.
Yeah, right. Okay, there we go. But on that, I think our nothing is done for the night. What do you think?
Yeah.
I hope you all have the rest of your evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. thank you so much for helping us enter into the new week in a really nice place. Like, I love it. I love these casual conversations and love interacting with everybody out there. Juju, you make it like so good. Like, because I could talk to you about anything. Like, really.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said you were bringing something, but you didn't bring something.
I
Did
didn't
you?
bring it. Well, I was shot down so hard on
About
my no
food?
food talk.
I'm not going to apologize for that. You should know better. When
Also,
do Okay, just try to think of any time we have ever talked and food didn't come up. Anytime, just one. If you could throw one at me, then I will absolutely try to do what you say next weekend for that. But I can't think of not one time, not in a chat, not on a stream, not even on a private call, where food did not come up in some way, somehow during those conversations.
I can think of one.
Yeah?
Last
Oh,
Monday.
oh, that's not fair. I was too busy ripping, being a complete fucking asshole to have food. Like, it's impossible to be a complete fucking asshole and talk food. All right, so that one's on me. Okay, you got me. Next week, I got to try not to talk about food. You win. You win. And I will honor that. I will honor that. I will try. I don't think I'll
Now
be
we just have to
successful.
remember it because,
Yeah,
we
if
don't
we don't
file stuff
remember it,
away for this.
like, I'm sure the chat will throw it at us if we forget. But I'm just saying, I'm only going to try. Like, I really don't see me being successful about it because food is like, I love food. I love talking about food. Makes me happy. It's part of my language on how I show my love and care for other people and how I make other people happy. I mean, even just sharing recipes, like, to try to make people happy. Like, it's just my thing. Like, so I don't really see. It would be like showing up at the stream with like an arm and a leg missing. But I'll
Was it about
try.
your cat ears? Like showing
I
up like
That was horrible. Let's not discuss that. Let's not go there. Like, took my cat ears. That was awful of you. Now you're trying to take my food. What's with you, Juju? Let's discuss that next week. What's with you? Like, really? Like, really? Seriously?
what's with you?
Yeah, took my cat ears, and now she wants to take the topic
I'll be
of
like,
food. Like,
if anyone
shit.
knows what's with me, please tell me. Because I don't know either.
She needs to take notes before next weekend when we discuss it. Since we can't talk about food. Like, okay. On that, you have anything else there? Lovely, lovely
I do
Juju.
not.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. This has been great. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you, everybody who watches later. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things. I hate it, but I really need you to do it if you want to keep me out here because apparently YouTube doesn't. So we got to prove them wrong. Yeah, be a contrarian. Support me.
Leave your favorite recipe in the comments.
Yes. And put attention, Juju, and underline it.
Tag me in every one of them.
Yes, let's take to the socials and tag Juju and recipes. Like, I do have rooms for it in the Discord. Feel free to tag her. Yes, okay. On
I'm
that.
trying to get your comment section.
I know. Oh gosh. In my comment section, yes, absolutely. You could tag her there too because she has a YouTube channel. It's You Got Juju. It's the is actually in my description for every one of these videos. Tag her on the back of the videos. All you want. She really wants those pie recipes, people, and cookie recipes, apparently. Okay. Oh, and shepherd's pie. Yes, shepherd's pie. So, on that, good night. Good night, Juju.
Good night,
or
all.
actually, see you later, Juju, perhaps. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right. See everybody. Bye. Thank you. And bye, bots. Yeah. Have a nice one.
Bye.
Bye, bots.